My name's Pam and welcome back to my PTE channel. Do you think today's question type listening fill in the blanks seems easy? You just listen to what someone is saying and write it down, right? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. A lot of students lose points here, and they often don't know why. Because you need almost native speaker English level to answer. But even if you don't have native speaker English level, if you just focus on some points, then you can change your score dramatically. Today, I'm going to show you how to think like a native speaker to answer listening fill-in-the-blanks questions. First, I'll teach you a clear 4-step technique that helps you catch most answers. If your English is top level, you'd probably do these steps automatically. But if you need support, it helps to think of the steps. Second, I'll give you a tip on what to do in those situations when you just have no idea. It's not just guessing. If you use my technique, you can increase your chances of answering correctly. And finally, I'll give you another lesson on collocations. Learning collocations is one of the best ways to improve your PTE score. I taught some collocations in the last video, but there are tons of them in English. You still need to learn a lot, and the knowledge even helps you in today's question type. So please stay until the end. I'm an English teacher with over 20 years of experience, and I have a PTE score of 90 out of 90. I'm teaching a lesson on every PTE question type on YouTube. So, if you miss any of my videos, please check the playlist on my channel. And if you find today's lesson useful, please click to subscribe. Please also like and comment on my videos. I love hearing from you about what you want. And one more thing. Right now, I'm making a PTE course. This is a concentrated and specialized PTE study course. When I finish it, I'll let you know, so please check my website often. It's neo-english.com. In the meantime, I'm still teaching online, so you can still contact me for private lessons or to take my course, English for University. You can contact me through my website as well. Okay then, let's start today's lesson. There are 2 or 3 listening fill-in-the-blanks questions per test. You'll see a text with maybe 5 or 6 gaps in it. You have 7 seconds to look at it before the listening starts. The listening is just someone reading out that text. It's between 30 and 90 seconds. Your task is to catch the words to fill in the blanks from listening. Now, there are 4 points you should focus on to work out the answers to listening fill-in-the-blanks questions. Sound, meaning, grammar, and collocations, sometimes. If your English is good enough to read faster than you listen, then you can use all 4 at once. But I will assume your English is not good enough to read faster than you listen, especially for texts as difficult as these. But if you follow my steps, you can answer as well as someone with native level English. Let's check them out. Step 1. Read the first sentence before listening. Step 2. Listen and write notes. Step 3. Check grammar. Step 4. Check spelling. Let me show you how with a simplified example question. Step 1. Read the first sentence before listening. And why read the first sentence? Because you should understand the main idea to prepare for any of these questions. Just be careful. You don't have time to do more than read one sentence before starting to listen. But that is enough to get the main idea of the text. You can guess this text is talking about war and bacteria, for example. So now you've got the main idea, you're ready to imagine what the listening will say. You might even be able to guess the answer before listening. Maybe, if you're good enough. Now, do step 2 for each blank. Listen and catch what you can. Here, listen.
Use of bacteria and other pathogens to cause harm is known as biological warfare. The pathogens can be both highly contagious and resistant to medical treatment. The ethical implications are staggering, as the use of such weapons could lead to long-term environmental damage and genetic mutations.
So for blank 1, did you catch it? It said something like biology, so write it down. And for blank 2, did you catch it? Here's a tip. Just make the notes on your PC screen, not your erasable notebook. It's faster. And so now we move on to step 3 and 4. Step 3, check grammar. If you check this sentence, you can think, well, the blank must be an adjective because it comes just before a noun. Warfare is a noun. So here we need an adjective to describe warfare. And the adjective form of biology is biological. Step 4, we check the spelling and that's okay. But if you couldn't catch anything, what would you do? Let's imagine you couldn't catch anything for blank 2. Well, then you just guess. But not just a simple guess. You know I'm always telling you about the importance of collocations. So here, again, you can often use collocations. And by the way, I'll teach you more collocations at the end of this video. But here, we have a blank in front of the word implications. And there are several collocations with implications. Ethical implications, social implications, economic implications. So many of these collocations are possible. But if you read this sentence, ethical implications can fit better than the other options. So it's a guess, but it's a clever guess. And boom, ethical is actually the correct answer. That happens a lot in this question type. So always guess. And always try to use collocations to guess if you can. Okay, today's 6-minute PTE study is finished. Today I'm not going to do an official example PTE question with you, because if you understand this technique, you can answer those questions easily. If you listen well, you can answer correctly. But when you can't catch the answer through listening, knowing collocations can help you. As I also told you, collocation knowledge helps to answer a lot of question types in PTE. So fill in the blanks, yes, but also describe image, essays. It really helps with all of them. So now, let's study collocations. First, I'll show you the answers from last video's quiz. Take a look. These are all collocations used in academic situations, like essays and PTE tests. Take into consideration means consider, but it's more formal. We use it a lot in business. Give an account of means report, but we use it mainly just when writing essays. Take a stance means to get a strong opinion. For example, if I take a stance on smoking, it means I decide smoking is terrible or smoking is great. Now these kinds of collocations were all verb and noun, so I'd like to show you a list of more verb plus noun collocations. And remember, English has tons of these, but this list is some of the most commonly used collocations in academic English, such as the PTE. So look at the first one as an example. You all know the word research, but do you know the collocation conduct research? It just means do research, but a little more formal. And we never say make research, create research, read research. We say do research in casual situations and conduct research in formal situations. So if you memorize words like these together, memorize the collocation, you'll really bring your English level up. And your PTE score too. Now, let me give you another collocations quiz. Can you see? These collocations follow a different pattern, adjective plus noun. And you'll learn the answers to this quiz and some more of these collocations at our next lesson. Thanks again to all of you for your support for this channel. If you can find time to like, subscribe and comment, it really means a lot. And don't forget to study collocations yourself. You can find collocations everywhere, in advertisements, listening to songs, just as long as you surround yourself with English. Make sure to pay attention all the time. Okay, take care everyone, and I look forward to seeing you at our next lesson, number 17, Highlight Correct Summary.